All right, here we go. Here we go. Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Are we here? Are we here? Can y'all hear me? How we looking? I see myself on IG and I see myself on Facebook. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Um, it's not that day. It's not that time, but y'all looking at me. And why is my doing what it's doing right now? Not understanding that. Like, what the freak is going on here? Don't understand why that's doing that. Anywho, y'all can see me. All right, here we go, man. We are here. Um, there we go. That's better. Let's get back to it. There we go. All right, man. Y'all got to excuse me. It's been a crazy, crazy day. I want to welcome y'all to a PMG special. It's playoff time. It's NBA playoff time. And I am excited to be here. I am elated to be here. Y'all just don't realize like the 82 games is up. And now here we go into the postseason. Now I know there are a lot of people out there that don't seem to really care about the regular season. Well, I do. And that's just something that people complain about it and say that a lot of the BS. But we're not here for that, man. We focusing on the positive. That's what we do. That's how we're doing this. Thank you guys again for tuning in to this, man. It's just a little something for me to do for y'all. Like I'm NBA, like I live by the NBA. If I'm not watching the Cavs game or I'm not at a Cavaliers game, I got my TV set on some NBA stuff if it's something on that and wrestling. Before we get to it, scrolling across the bottom of the screen, man, y'all see my IGs, the Pod Guy 216, as well as the Club Pizzle official IG page. Um, Make sure y'all go and vote for Club Pizzle for Best Sports Podcast in Scene Magazine's annual Best of Cleveland um edition. Please and thank you. Go to Cleveland Scene, clevescene.com, register your email, and write in Club Pizzle. That is just the beginning stages. You can vote every day, once a day, until April the 30th. So y'all still got quite a few days to get my name on the ballot. And then there is a second one where you get down to the final, you get to the finals and the finalists, and then that's when you'll punch those votes in. But I have to get where I got to get to first. I have to get there first. So again, man, go to clevescene.com, register y'all email. It's really nothing. They just send y'all some stuff. Like it's really nothing. Register y'all emails and write Club Pizzle and vote Club Pizzle in as Best Sports Podcast. Now let's get to it, man. Again, the SOFI NBA play-in tournament begins in less than an hour. And I'm going to preview the two games tonight. I'll also be back on tomorrow to recap tonight's games and talk about and preview tomorrow's games. Thursday on Club Pizzle, I am going to recap the 9-10 games from tomorrow, and I am going to preview Friday's games because honestly, I don't know if I'm going to go on Friday or not. So I'm going to do that, and then Friday night, I think I'm gonna be outside or something, man. I'm just, when you work and you work by yourself and you do this thing on your own merit and you control what you control over here. When you're the owner of the network, you can very well do pretty much what you want to do, and that's what I've been doing. To be honest with y'all. So yes, that's how I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna preview the 7-8 games tonight. Tomorrow, I'm going to recap and review tonight's games as well as preview tomorrow's 9-10 games. And then Thursday on Club Pizzle, I'm going to recap the 9-10 games and then I'm going to preview the the game for the battle for the 8th seed with the right to, in the Eastern Conference to play the Cleveland Cavaliers, and in the Western Conference, the right to play the Houston Rockets. Really quick to recap what's going on. Like the first 6 seeds are solidified. We have at the one seed, you have the Cleveland Cavaliers, 2 Boston Celtics, 3 the New York Knicks, 4 the Indiana Pacers, 5 the Milwaukee Bucks, 6 the Detroit Pistons. If I read that wrong Sunday on Club Pizzle, please forgive me. I believe I corrected it later on down the line. And in the Western Conference, the 1 seed is the Oklahoma City Thunder, 2 the Houston Rockets, 3 the LA Lakers, 4 the Denver Nuggets, 5 the LA Clippers, and 6 are the Minnesota Timberwolves. Those are the 6 teams that are currently in. There are 4 matchups, playoff matchups that are already set. The 3 seed the New York Knicks and the 6 seed Detroit Pistons, as well as the 4-5 game, the Indiana Pacers and the Milwaukee Bucks. Should be 2 good series in the Eastern Conference. And in the Western Conference, the Los Angeles Lakers at the 3 seed are taking on the 6 seeded Minnesota Timberwolves, which is going to be a lot of eyes on that series, in my opinion. I mean, anytime LeBron James is involved in anything, the people's eyes are going to be on it just because, it's Bron. And the 4-5 matchup, the Denver Nuggets and the Los Angeles Clippers. If I were a bet man, I would say that Clippers Nuggets series is probably going to be the best series of the first round. That matchup is going to be incredible. Now watch the Pistons and the Knicks make a fool out of me here, something. Oh my God, so crazy. All right, man, let's get to it. Tonight, 7:30. The Atlanta Hawks, the 8-seeded Atlanta Hawks, travel down to the Kia Center to take on the Orlando Magic. That game is at 7:30. It's less than an hour from now. Don't worry, I'm going to have you guys out of here before that. So y'all can listen. Y'all can check me out. And as soon as this goes off, bam, we right back at it. Y'all right back at it and be right back at it and right back on it. I'm gonna give y'all plenty of time to go get y'all snacks and get y'all drinks and whatever y'all vices and everything y'all do. Because you know why? I want to be sitting in my recliner at tip-off. The Atlanta Hawks come in this game at 40-42. The 8 seed, they are 19-22 on the road. I'm just giving y'all those little tidbits because they're playing on the road tonight. If y'all know the Atlanta Hawks seem to have been in this play-in just about every year. It feels like they're always here. I mean, at some point, Atlanta, y'all gonna have to do something else. I mean, they started the year off how it was not so good. They had 2 big wins over my Cleveland Cavaliers. I know that. Made the traded DeAndre Hunter to Cleveland, got back Karis LeVert and George Niang, who have been playing pretty good down there. George Niang was on the heater on Sunday. But this is what they are. Quinn Snyder, they are 40-42 win team. What it seems like. And the Orlando Magic, 41-41, 7th in the Eastern Conference. They're 22-19 at home. This is a bit of a disappointing season for them, coming off of being 5th in the East last year, losing the 7-game series to the Cleveland Cavaliers in the first round. They had high hopes. They have a nice young nucleus. They have a pretty damn good squad. Mo Wagner, Paolo Banchero, Jalen Suggs. That is a nice little 3-headed monster to take you in the future. Then you add Franz Wagner and Wendell Carter Jr. and Cole Anthony. They have some nice pieces. They added Contavious Caldwell Pope. There was high hopes for Jamal Mosley and the Orlando Magic this year, but the bottom kind of fell out. Paolo missed some action early on. Mo Wagner ended up getting injured and being out for the season. that kind of put a damper on it because Mo Wagner, I listen. I know as a Cleveland Cavaliers fan, and anybody that's a fan of the Cleveland Cavaliers, we saw what he did. We watched that dude go crazy, and Evan Mobley, he gave Evan Mobley fits. So the future is bright for them. This was a little bit of a fall back to the pack year for them. I mean, with the injury to Jalen Suggs and Mo Wagner, both out for the season, and then you have Paolo missing like 2 months or something like that at the beginning of the year. Started off very well, and again, the bottom fell out. They were like they won 7 of their last 10, so they figured it out. They did beat the Cavaliers late, and they got to the seventh spot, one game over the Atlanta Hawks. And it's funny that the Orlando Magic at 41-41, seventh best record in the Eastern Conference, they won their division. Sounds crazy, but it is what it is. In any other year, or like in the older rules, in the old rules, where the division winners get home court advantage or something like that, they probably would have got home court advantage. But that is the cost of, you know, the NBA doing away with that. I believe in the future that the NFL is probably going to do away with that at some point. Because especially this year with the Vikings and the Lions both winning like 15 games or whatever. And we'll see. The season series between these two teams is tied at 2-2. The Atlanta Hawks come into this game, or in their 82 games, they averaged 118 points per game on 47% shooting. The Orlando Magic, a crusty 105 points a game on 44% shooting. This team, I mean, that's another huge knock on the Orlando Magic. Offensively, they are, oh God, it's bad. And it's bad. And you know it's bad when the same thing is on 2K. You can play on the lowest level on 2K and still struggle with them. But, defensively, they get it done. They're a very rugged, gritty team. You have three guys above 6'10" on your front line. The injury report for the Atlanta Hawks, Clint Capella, Larry Nance Jr., Jalen Johnson, and Kobe Buffton are out. Aneka Okongwu, Trey Young, and Karis LeVert all are day-to-day, all are expected to play. For the Orlando Magic, as I mentioned, Jalen Hurts and Mo Wagner are out for the season. Franz Wagner, Corey Joseph, and Paulo Banchero are all day-to-day, all expected to play tonight. Let me elaborate really quick. Losing Jalen Johnson hurt the Atlanta Hawks. To go with, you think about their Ross, you think about your Dyson Daniels, you got Zach Reischer, who you're trying to bring along slowly, but forced into action, if you will. But losing those two guys, also Clint Capella being out, is gonna hurt them. It's really gonna hurt them. But again, Trey Young, Karis LeVert, and Nick Okongwu are gonna play for them. And then Jalen Suggs. Did I say Jalen Hurts? I hope I didn't say Jalen Hurts the first time. Jalen Suggs and Mo Wagner being out really hurts the Orlando Magic. How much does it hurt them? I'll tell y'all in a minute. The projected starters for the Atlanta Hawks, Trey Young, Dyson Daniels, who is averaging 3 steals a game, which is absolutely sick. Zach Reischer, Mohamed Gee, and Aneka Okongwu. That's a small front line. I mean, it's short and a little light in the pants there. Zach Reischer, rookie, top draft pick. We're gonna see what he's made of. He's come on as of late, but nobody's talking about him as one of those high picks. But everybody want to talk about the 55th pick. But I'm not here to talk about that today. I'm gonna leave that alone. For the Orlando Magic, Corey Joseph, Kentavious Caldwell Pope, Franz Wagner, Paulo Banchero, and Wendell Carter Jr. Big front line, like I said, those guys are big up front. Pause. And that length and those guys and Paulo Banchero, oh my God. So tough. So now if I'm gonna make a prediction on this game, I'm gonna go with the Orlando Magic. They have the advantage at home. They've been playing better as of late. Paulo Banchero has rounded into form. Corey Joseph is serviceable. Kentavious Caldwell Pope on the defensive end. Franz Wagner has stepped his game up, and Wendell Carter can knock down the three ball or two or three or maybe even four, especially with them being at home. There's going to be a playoff atmosphere in there. Not taking anything away from Trae Young, this year's assist champion. This is his time of year too. He gets busy at this time of the year. We've seen playoff Trae. We've seen Ice Trae. So I'm not taking anything away from them. I just feel like the Orlando Magic. I just feel like the Orlando Magic are going to get this one at home. And they'll move on to take on the Boston Celtics in the first round. And Atlanta will get to play a home game against the winner of tomorrow's Chicago Bulls Miami Heat game. Now, moving on. Tonight, 10:30, the Memphis Grizzlies take on the Golden State Warriors. Both of these games are on TNT, by the way. In the Chase Center tonight, Memphis and Golden State. We've been here before, y'all. We have seen this movie before. The play-in in, what was that, 2021, 2022, where the Memphis Grizzlies knocked off the Golden State Warriors in the final game to get there. Memphis won 2. All you need to do is win this one tonight. These teams come in with identical 48-34 records. Again, this is the Wild Wild West, man. All of these teams are within a game of each other. I think 5, 6, 7, and 8 are all 48-34 or 49-33 or something like that. They're right there. It literally came down to the Golden State Clippers game on Sunday. If Golden State had won, they would have got the 6th seed. They would have been taking on the Lakers. I believe the Clippers. The Clippers would have been in the play-in. It was a lot of moving parts going on. There's a lot happening there. But Golden State won the season series 3-1. Memphis comes in this game averaging 121 points per at 47.9% shooting. Golden State is coming in this one averaging a lowly 113 on 45% shooting, but this is not the same Golden State Warriors team. There is no more Andrew Wiggins on this team. They traded for Jimmy Butler. And Jonathan Kuminga is starting to step up a little bit. Moses Moody is starting to round into his form. The Memphis Grizzlies come in after firing their coach like 2 weeks ago. Not even 2 weeks ago. And you have to go into a play-in situation. I hate that for Taylor Jenkins. Because honestly, Taylor Jenkins is one of the best coaches in the NBA. It won't surprise me if Taylor Jenkins gets the Nuggets job or the Spurs job. You know what job he wouldn't want? The Phoenix Suns job. If I was offered the Phoenix Suns job right now, I'm not taking it. Or maybe I would, because I would sign like a 5-year deal for 5 to 10 per, get fired after a year, and they're going to pay me $50 million or $45 million or whatever to sit. So I may take that. If it was offered to me, I would probably take it and get fired. I mean, they're not going to have KD. They are about to sell the Phoenix Suns. Kevin Durant is going to be sold for rally fries and all that. I guess a lot happening there, man. I feel bad for the Phoenix Suns, but anyway, moving on. Again, man, with these Memphis Grizzlies, this is one of those teams that is highly disappointing. If you would have told me 3 years ago that the Memphis Grizzlies would be fighting for a play-in spot, I would say you guys are crazy. Because there was a point 3 years ago where I felt like the Memphis Grizzlies could be like a future dynasty team, along with the Cleveland Cavaliers, along with the Oklahoma City Thunder. They had the young squad, they had the pieces. You had Ja Morant jumping over people, Ja Morant being talked about as being the face of the NBA when one LeBron James retires. But things happen. Ja caught his gun charm, the gun incidents, suspensions, injuries, and even with injuries, this team was still managing to get to second, third, and fourth seeds in the playoffs. I think they missed last year, but coming back this year, the expectation, I'll say y'all got Ja Morant messed up. And honestly, Ja Morant had a great season. Nobody talks about it or nobody wants to talk about it. They rather talk about the celebrations that he's doing than talking about the actual, like, he's had a stellar season. But anyway, the injury report, Golden State has no injuries. For the Memphis Grizzlies, Jalen Wells and Brandon Clark are out. Zach Edey, Ja Morant, Desmond Bain, Luke Kennard, Scottie Pippen Jr., and Jaren Jackson Jr. are all day-to-day and expected to play tonight. Tonight's projected starters for the Memphis Grizzlies: Ja Morant, Desmond Bain, Vince Williams, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Zach Edey. For the Golden State Warriors: Stephen Curry, Brandon Podzinski, Moses Moody, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond Green. Now, I know that it sounds really, really funny. They don't have a player over 6'7" in their starting lineup. This small ball lineup, Steve Kerr is going to give it a go. You have Buddy Hield coming off the bench. You have Jonathan Kuminga coming off the bench. Is what's the big man's name? Is he still there? Kevon Looney, is he still there? I mean, they're gonna need it. Honestly, if I'm picking Golden State to win this game. Let's be clear. But it could be real, it could get real spooky if Steph is not hitting, if playoff Jimmy's not there, if Moses Moody is not getting his thing, if Buddy Hield is off, if Jonathan Kuminga is off, if these guys can't hit shots, they're going to be in trouble because they're going to have a tough time crashing the offensive glass on 7'3" Zach Edey. He is a vacuum cleaner inside of there, and it's like, oh, I'm the tallest one out here. I'm going up and I'm going to get them. I just think overall, ultimately, the Golden State Warriors are the better team. And I believe the Golden State Warriors are going to come away with the victory tonight. And they're going to go on to take on the Houston Rockets. And listen, let me tell y'all something. If I got a feeling about the Golden State Warriors, I got a feeling that the Golden State Warriors are going to win one, at least one playoff series. I believe they're going to get to the second round. If they win tonight, I think they can beat Houston. Even if they lose tonight and they have to go against the loser of Dallas versus Sacramento, I mean the winner of Dallas versus Sacramento, I think they can get that one. And if they get in and Steph Curry is ramped up and playoff Jimmy shows up, they can beat the Oklahoma City Thunder. That 4-5 matchup might be different though. Like they just lost to the Clippers, but they play the Clippers really tough, and the Nuggets. Listen, man. Just watch, look out for Golden State. Could be their last dance, could be the last dance situation for them. Look out for them because they could do it. So yeah, tonight's winners. I'm picking the home teams. I'm going chalk tonight. It's been really chalk in sports for the most part, except for the college football playoff, which I think the seeding was all screwy for that. But the NCAA's was chalk. It was a lot of chalk happening there. That's just my opinion, though. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to get out of here. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow when I recap tonight's games and I preview tomorrow's games. You have in the Eastern Conference, the Chicago Bulls and the Miami Heat, and in the Western Conference, the Dallas Mavericks and the Sacramento Kings. Those are the 9-10 games. The loser of those two games tomorrow will be passing the sticks. The winners will be moving on to take on the loser of two nights games. Again, that is the SoFi play-in tournament. Thank you guys for tuning in. That's just my little preview. I will be back tomorrow again. Club Pencil. I'm going to recap tomorrow's games and preview the championship. It's not a damn championship. And preview the final game, the 8 seed game. I'm just gonna call it the 8 seed game. And then also Saturday and Sunday, we got WrestleMania. I don't know what time I'm gonna do my preview shows. I mean, Saturday, I'll probably do it sometime in the afternoon. And depending on what time the Cavaliers game is on Sunday, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do one of those then. So I will see you all tomorrow. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace out.